I want to break a world record.
That's big.
But
You heard it here first.
Maybe.
Really horrible crash. It happened right at the start. And I rode like maybe 129 kilometers with a fractured pelvis.
Nah.
It was so sore. He raced the Tour de France for the first time. And then after that, he raced for another 17 years. Do you think you've got another 17 years in you? 17 years.
17
is such
years.
A long time. Shemai Emma.
Shemai Manon.
And welcome back to What's Occurring Fam, brought to you by Rouvy and hosted by Pinarello.
And today we're going to look back on the year 2025.
We are.
And sad times, our last episode of the year.
Last episode of the year, the time has flown.
I know. I can't believe it started in July.
I know. A little bit sad how quickly it's gone, but it's been a great year.
Yeah,
And
lots have happened.
I feel like it's definitely time to take a look back and reflect on, I guess, the great start that we've had to the podcast, but also our personal lives as well.
Yes. So, how has your year been? What's a major highlight of yours for this year?
Highlight. Obviously, like starting the pod, I feel like is huge.
That's what I was
for
gonna
me.
say. Yeah.
So definitely that. I think, like, I still remember now, like when our agent called me and said, like, I've got this idea. What do you think? I was like, oh my God, that sounds incredible. I remember it's like all I thought about for like days and days and days.
Wow.
But also, I guess, just like that idea and then like actually putting it into it happening has been incredible and kind of shaping it to be our own podcast. But also the Wales ride I did. For me, like that was a really big highlight, getting to do that, pushing myself like pretty far out my comfort zone, riding further than I've ever ridden before and kind of really challenging myself to do something hard. And I feel like it's been a while since I was an athlete, like setting myself a goal to do something that's maybe not achievable. That was another highlight, and just even though it's super hard, just like getting through that and finishing that. For me. Yeah.
Nice.
What about you?
I think likewise with the podcast, I think when Jay did ring me and he was like, what do you think? I was pretty nervous at first because it's something I never thought I would do or could do.
And I guess it's like, it's not like you are an athlete, like an athlete. It's not like you're doing loads of like media stuff and other things.
Yeah, like I've never done anything like this.
This is like the first time you've ever really done anything like this and you've absolutely smashed it.
Thanks. I was nervous about it because I am an athlete. It's kind of all I know.
But also I feel like it's for me, I felt it's quite a big responsibility.
Oh,
like,
it is, yeah.
Piggybacking off, I guess, the What's Occurring podcast with G and Luke, which is very well established.
I know.
And having that responsibility to then have a women's version, I was like, what's a lot of
pressure? I was like, oh my gosh, people are going to listen. I'm going to have opinions.
Yeah.
Like, this is quite scary, but I'm so glad I said yes. And like,
me too.
That was huge. And I think it did take a little time to like bring it to life. But like when we started going, I remember that first episode and it's that for me has been, a big highlight. And also I think growing like myself off the bike, I think for me, like trying new things, like starting the podcast, I've moved home. Like this year for me was a big, yes, I wanted to perform on the bike, but I've done so many things off the bike.
Yeah.
And I think like doing my first shoots and like just doing more of life. And I think for me, that's been a major highlight in itself. Like just being a bit more rounded as a person and enjoying riding my bike, but enjoying life away from cycling. And I think that'll only help me in the future.
I feel like it's so important to have that balance between like being an athlete and having another life. Because I feel like, especially when I was an athlete, like I was just an athlete. I didn't have anything else. Like I left school. I didn't do any studies. That was it. But I think it's so healthy to have something else.
Yeah. And I'm really proud that I've done that.
Yeah. Our biggest lesson from the year.
Ooh, a lesson.
A lesson. I guess for me, I don't know if it's a lesson, but I feel like this year I've really just said yes to everything. Like even things that maybe I didn't want to do or that scared me, I've just said yes. And I'm like, it's good to do things that scare you.
Yeah,
so I
like
think just,
ultimately the ride you did, like maybe
like the ride
2 years ago you would have been like, nah.
Yeah, absolutely not. No way would I have ridden that. Like I wouldn't have believed in myself I could have done it. But also like work things as well. Like I've done a lot of like hosting Q&As and with athletes and stuff. Like that scares me and that's out my comfort zone. But I've made sure that I've just said yes and just done it. And I've been so nervous like the day before, the day of, and then I do it. I'm like, I actually really love that.
Yeah.
So just saying yes to things.
Oh, I like that. I think my lesson would be balance.
But you're going to say ballet then for some reason. I don't know why.
I ain't no ballerina. Balance. I remember sitting down at the start of the year with my coach. We were actually in Starbucks and he was like, you can do things with your life, and like, I want you to explore life away from the bike. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to do it. And for that moment, it was scary. Like, all I knew was an athlete. All I knew was sitting down. Like, if I'm not training, I need to be relaxing. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. And then a lesson for me was that balance is really important, and having that life away from the sport is really key. And I think I found it really hard after the World Championships to accept. So for me, I spoke to my psychologist and I was like, this year for me, like, I found loads of balance, and yes, I did loads of things on the bike, but when I got to the Worlds, I didn't achieve what I wanted to. So in my head, I'm like, was that balance good? Like, should I have done that? But no, I should have. Like, success for me was starting a podcast, was doing things more off my bike, was going to see the world. And I think, for me, I've learned that lesson of what's important to me is important. And I think having that balance is key.
Yeah, definitely.
So, yeah.
Yeah, nice. Now moving on to maybe like the podcast a bit more. Our very, very, very first episode. Do you remember? I mean, it wasn't that long ago, but it does feel like a lot has happened since then.
A lot has happened. No, I remember the first episode with Luke, I was so nervous.
Were you?
Because I've never met him before. And like, he's such, like, him and G, I listen to the podcast all the time. And never did I think, oh, we're going to start a femme version like next.
Together,
I know, I was like, this is bizarre. But yeah, I remember him coming to the studio and him filming with him, and crazy how that, it wasn't that long ago, but so much has.
It feels like it's ages ago, but it's not. But I feel like, I remember, I think I was nervous. I just didn't quite, because we'd never really done any podcasting, like hosting before. I didn't know how it kind of looked and how it was going to flow. And like, obviously we knew each other, but we didn't.
Yeah, like we didn't. We
weren't like besties before, but
now we are.
But it's.
I do get you. And I feel like we found our rhythm, and like each episode, like I miss doing the podcast.
Yeah,
now.
I know.
Whereas at the start, I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
Like, and then I remember, because obviously it's filmed on YouTube. I remember going back and watching myself. I was like, oh my gosh, I look.
They're flying around with a microphone.
Yeah, I was like, what am I doing? And then like. Yeah, you just like look at little things, and the Tim Tam slam, that was so
Tim Tam
funny.
slam.
That was so funny with the peppermint.
That was a highlight.
What do you have, peppermint tea?
Peppermint tea. It was like a minty chocolate.
No, that was so. Have you had one since?
No.
Gosh, yeah.
I don't think I've seen Tim Tam.
They're in Tesco.
Are they?
Yeah.
I need to go down the biscuit aisle. Get some.
And then the full circle moment back to Roulette when the three of us.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah. I wish someone was recording the BTS, like behind the scenes of us before the podcast.
I don't.
He was.
Oh my God. That is like the most nervous I've been this year. I don't know why.
What?
I don't know why. I think it's just
panicking.
having the responsibility of, I guess, like leading the conversation.
Yeah, to be fair, you were the leader.
I was so incredibly nervous, like before, like, remember Luke gave me a sip of beer before going onto the stage. He's like, man, I'll have this. And then but as soon as I got on the stage, I was like,
but you're fine.
Oh, I'm fine.
You were great.
I don't know why I was so nervous. And then literally a second later, I got on. I was like, oh, I'm fine.
Oh, mate, I've never seen you flap so hard. I was like, Manon, you're good at it. And when you're on there, you're natural. You're just asking us questions. You were...
But like we record this podcast and it's just us in a room together.
True.
Whereas we were there and there was hundreds and hundreds of people.
I don't think you looked into the crowd though.
No, I was too scared.
You were just like this.
And also, apparently, that was like the most packed it had been.
Really?
For all the talks.
Oh,
I'm quite proud of that.
Everyone wanted to see us.
Everybody wanted a bit of us.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Like, I never thought this would take us to do a live podcast or like, I really
want to do
that.
a live one, like in Cardiff or something.
Oh my gosh, on the castle.
Anywhere. Just so maybe the two of us, but even if we could get the four of us together, that would be so cool.
That actually would be really,
I think we should
cool.
make that happen at some point.
That would be cool for the podcast. Anyway, moving on. Favorite guests. We've had so many like, and again, I thought I'd never speak to these people or have them on a podcast like Orla and Amy Hudson and Natalie Brown talk about periods.
Yeah.
And I think
the people who have like, yeah, of course I'll be on your podcast. Like, I want to be on it.
Sorry?
Yeah. I think that, just having that respect for the podcast is like quite cool.
Do you have a favourite?
For me, Orla Shenoy, just
okay.
because I really look up to her and like she's kind of in the same space as what I do and she's so good at her job.
Yeah.
And I think she's, again, like such a role model and like she did hard things on the bike, like the Tour de France Femme Tap. Like I just love how honest she is. I love her fashion. I just love, she's a bit of a boss bitch, isn't she?
She is. And I learned actually a lot from her about like the box breathing and like I've used that so much.
Yeah. I did that before real life.
Yeah, you did. You did. Just things like that. Like I thought I see her on TV all the time, and I thought I'd never like have a conversation with her, and she was amazing. And Amy actually was really cool.
Yeah,
I think
she's so inspiring.
Yeah, she's done so much, and how she started, like obviously as a mental health nurse, and then finding the bike as an escape.
But also like some of the stuff she does on the bike is crazy. Like, I can't get my head around the distances she rides, but
yeah, she just does like. Well, I saw her Instagram story the other day. Like she was riding
200-mile ride.
Yeah, and then it just finished in the dark, and I was like, yeah fair enough.
Yeah,
like
you do you, girl.
Yeah, no, it's been really inspiring. Also, had Ella on was really cool, the F1 driver,
and Matty.
Yes, Matty was on.
And
the
again,
pod.
I feel like Orla and Matty we need back for like a second episode.
Yeah,
so much to talk about.
Yeah, we have so much more to delve in with those two, and I think it's exciting how far we come and having all the guests on. I've loved it.
Yeah,
had a great time.
Now, only 6 months into this podcast, and we're already talking about what we want to achieve for the podcast in the future. But I think we should start with some dream guests that we want on. I know we said we kind of had this conversation in our very first podcast, but I think we should maybe refresh.
Yeah, I'm going to make mine a bit more realistic, hopefully.
Who did you say? Oh, you said like Bear Grylls, didn't you? Did you say Bear Grylls?
Oh, yeah, I did.
We haven't quite made that happen yet.
And I think I wanted Pogacar, but
yeah.
So I think for me, I'd love to have Becky James on the
good
pod.
One. That's a good one. She's Welsh too.
She is Welsh, and I remember growing up and not really know much of the sprint world, and then seeing her and Victoria Pendleton, and obviously she's Welsh, so I really looked up to her. She's been really successful. I think she's really down to earth as well. Like I met her a few times,
definitely,
and she's really, really nice. She gets the sport, and I remember when I went to the Commonwealth Games the first time, and Rachel, her sister, was like my coach on the day, and I remember being like, this is surreal, like Becky James' sister, Rachel, and Rachel's really successful, what she's done. And they're such a lovely family, and I think having her on and learning about the world of sprint,
because it's probably changed a lot.
I think it has like the gears, the way they sprint. Now the team's just gone from 2 to 3, and how she was an athlete, like the coaches are all different. And I think like understanding her life and now her life in France with George.
We should definitely try and get her on.
I know. I think I'd love that, and like just. I think I probably would be fangirling the whole time and be like, I remember when I first met her, I couldn't speak. Actually, in Nationals in 2023, Katie Marchand, who's like best friends with her, she was like, oh, I'll go get Becky. I was like, no. Like, I can't. And then she was like, she brought her over and she was like, Emma, what you do? And I was just like, I didn't know what to say. I was like, hello. Like, I was
you meet someone and you're a bit nervous and it just like comes out and not words.
Same with Victoria Pendleton in Paris. I was so starstruck.
Victoria Pendleton's another one. Yeah, would be a great guest to have on.
But I was just like, this is crazy. So I'd love that.
Yeah. I think we should try and make that happen.
Yeah.
Mine non-cycling related, Iona Maher, the rugby player. She's incredible. I love everything that she does for rugby, but also women's sport as a whole. I love her on social media. I think she would be absolute dream guest to have on.
Iconic.
Probably quite hard to actually get on the pod. But, you know, we're going to try and make it happen. If you know Iona Maher, please get in touch with her and say we want her on the
Please. Pod. Yeah, I think she's such an icon. Like, she's so open.
Yeah.
And just...
other, like, completely different sport. I really have found it quite fascinating talking to people from different kind of... different sports or kind of same sports, but, like, you know, Amy, like, completely different side to the side of cycling we're used to. So... I think just having her on, talk about her experiences and just like her social media. Like, did you see her TikToks from like Paris? And she was like, basically going into Paris and pretending it was like Love Island.
No.
But the Olympic Games.
Really?
Like, looking for love and stuff. Yeah. I'll show you that.
I need to have a little look.
So good.
No. I do see her a lot on social media and I think she's so open.
And so like body positive. Yeah. And just like.
I love that.
Great person.
Yeah. And I think it'd be really cool to have her on here and pick her brains a bit and see what she's like.
Let's make it happen.
Hopefully.
We are delighted to be working with Rouvy on What's Occurring Femme. And of course, we have a great offer for you. You can use promo code FEMMES, which is FEMMES, for an extra month on us, in addition to the 7-day free trial. Applicable to new subscribers only.
Rouvy's mission is connecting the indoor to the outdoors, bringing real routes from around the world to your home.
Rouvy's new Route Creator tool allows riders to film, upload and ride their favourite routes on Rouvy.
Everyone can easily convert their personal video recording into a virtual route to ride at home in just a few simple steps.
I love Rouvy and use it all the time to supplement my training, especially in the winter. If you're on the fence about trying it out, I'd definitely recommend giving it a go.
And remember, use the code FEMMES, FEMMES, for an extra month on us when you subscribe for the first time.
I think we should talk about some major moments within the cycling world as well, in general. Obviously, I guess one big highlight for me was Pauline Van-Pavot coming back to the road after being on the mountain bike side of things for so long. I think a lot of people maybe thought, she wasn't going to be as successful as she was this year, but first ever French winner of the Tour de France Femmes, and she won Paris-Roubaix as well. She came back with a bang.
Huge. I remember seeing that everywhere, when she won. And I think, to have a French winner win the Tour de Femmes.
I mean, it's huge for them.
It's insane.
Huge.
And like what you said, she had been mountain biking like it was her first year. And maybe she was a bit of an underdog. And sometimes that's the best place to be. Like you are a bit of the unknown, and she came out with a bang. And I think, the media and everyone loved her, and she's such a character. And I think that's what's exciting about her. And it's interesting to see what she does now.
I know, yeah. And especially I feel like after being mountain biking for so long, you might think, oh, maybe she needs like a year to settle into the road, like find her feet back in the bunch. She came back she was there. Like even the first stage of the Tour de France, was it the first stage of the Tour de France Femmes, where I think she was meant to be leading out Marianne Vos, and then she was basically off the front on her own because she was so strong. And then she is like the Tadej Pogacar of the female side, I think, because she just like rides away on her own on the mountains. Like she's so dominant, and as well to be able to do like some of the classics like Paris-Roubaix as well. I'm really looking forward to what she does next season, because I feel like she's only gonna be stronger.
Well, she's gonna be the one to watch now.
And how's everybody else gonna beat her? That's the big question.
And then also in the road was in Rwanda, Magdalene Van Aert won.
Yeah, I know. I feel like that was a big shock to everybody, but I mean, she had a great race and very well deserved. But
was it their first ever gold? I think so.
It might have been,
crazy,
huge for them.
And I remember watching that, and I was like I didn't really
even
know
just the World Championships in Rwanda. I feel like that was very, very different to any worlds we've seen, but like they put on a great show.
Yeah, I heard loads of people saying like they love the crowds, and like they loved how like the people were just loving cycling. And it's a bit of the unknown, like you go there and you're not sure, but it looked amazing.
Totally different to like European racing, but as well, like Africa have now launched their first ever women's UCI team, which is like huge for them. And I think the potential for women racing in Africa now, I mean, at least there's something for them, and hopefully the Worlds or other big races will be back in Africa, which will be great to see in the future.
Yeah, that will be really cool, because you do see a lot of them in Europe and things like that. But now, like even in Chile, like the track worlds, and like we're venturing out, and I think it's really cool.
What were the crowds like in Chile?
They were actually pretty good.
Yeah, because I feel like sometimes with track, depending on where it is, it can be hit and miss.
We literally had this conversation. We're either gonna it's gonna be 5 people or like 500 more. And it was pretty packed. A lot of parents, but there were a few like locals and things. And I think you have these velodromes and these beautiful places. Why not use them?
Because I think the best crowds I ever had at a track race was in Cali, Colombia.
Okay.
And I think the tickets were, I don't know if they were free, but they were like quite cheap and accessible. So everybody just came, and it was packed, and it makes a difference to the atmosphere.
Oh, it does. Yeah. No, it was really cool going there.
Yeah. Off topic a little bit now. Back to this. What about on the track? Highlights of the track.
Highlights of the track. Well, not so much. I haven't done much racing, but I watched a lot of racing this year. And I think for me, a big highlight was witnessing Matty break sub 9. Like, unreal.
Yeah.
And like, I just even think about now. Like,
does that motivate you?
Yeah, it does, to be honest. And it seems so long ago now, and it was a while ago. And seeing his dreams come true and going that 8-9, and the next go going 8-8, and it does want me to do it. It does drive me to break a world record, because it's so significant. And in track cycling, we don't have, obviously we have the World Championships and Olympic Games, but like world records, they are there to be broken. They're also there to be like a statement. And I think, that was a really big highlight on the track for me. And also the kilo is really surprised me, I guess, in a way. It's been the first year on the scenes for us women. And
kilo's a long way.
Oh, yes, 4 laps. It's too, I haven't actually given it a crack yet. But to see, so at the start of the year, it came in, I didn't actually go to the Euros. I remember watching it, and you saw like 104, 105 times, and then we got to the world champs and the world record broke 103. And the time's getting crazy. Like in my head, I thought, okay, like we'll give it a crack, and it'll take a little bit of time, and some endurance riders might be a bit, but nah, straight in with a bang. Like So that's really exciting for the sport to see that progressing. We're doing the same events as the men now.
Yeah.
So
I feel a lot has changed in the track kind of world. Like even the women's individual pursuit going up to 4 kilometers. That's like I could.
Yeah, that was insane.
When I was
like
racing,
Anna broke her record.
When I was racing, it was 12 laps, and that was a long way. So I can't imagine doing another 4 laps on top of that.
Yeah, at Worlds, I remember seeing us go 1-2 in that event, and that was really cool. Obviously, Harry winning 4 gold medals, that was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Like 20. I want to unprick his brain. Like, I don't know how he does it.
Should we get him on the pod?
Oh my God.
Him and Matty on the same time. That would be...
Well, they're racing in Rotterdam 6 days together this week.
Are they?
So
do they get along, or are they like, you stay over there, I'll stay over
here? They like get along. It's weird when you're with like rivals. Like you do speak, but like when you're in the velodrome in your... Like,
do you reckon Harry's listened to the pod we did with Matty?
Ooh, I don't know. Ooh.
I reckon if he was my biggest competitor, I'd be listening.
I'd be interested to see what they talk about.
Yeah.
But track cycling's progressing so much. Like I love the sport. There's so many new people. And it's just exciting. Like next year, the Nations Cups are in really cool places.
Yeah.
So I think it's exciting to see where it progresses. But this year's been cool.
Looking on to next year. Do you have any New Year's resolutions?
Oh, the classic 1st of Jan.
Yeah. Maybe not New Year's resolutions or some goals for next year. Because let's be honest, New Year's resolutions never actually stick, do they?
Well, they do for a month. Do you know what mine was for this year?
What?
Drink more water. Definitely stuck to it.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
It's good. Yours? Keep you alive. I didn't have one.
Oh, okay. What's mine for next year? New Year's resolution. What do I want to achieve? I want to break a world record.
That's big.
But
you heard it here first.
Maybe. It's in Konya next year, Euros. That'd be a pretty cool place to go to. What else do I want to do this year?
I mean, just breaking a world record. Yeah. That's enough for me.
Do you have any?
Just to get on the start line for Ironman Wales would be nice.
Yes. But you need to enter it.
I do need to enter it. Just literally, can my body get me to the start line is a big question.
I believe you can.
But if not a full Ironman, half would be nice. We'll see how it goes.
You've gone straight in.
I know I have.
With the full.
I have.
I mean, I feel like if you do a half, you might not want to do it.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. I reckon.
Savage though. See. Well, maybe you'll be doing it.
We'll see.
But that's it. That's our
New Year's resolutions. If they'll happen, we'll see.
Yeah, we will see.
We'll keep you updated on that.
We will. I'm sure people will be watching along.
Right then, sports fans. How many of you use a VPN?
Well, if you do, or you know you need one, we've got a special offer from NordVPN.
There's a whole list of reasons why a VPN can be critical, from accessing your favourite content, like cycling while abroad, to protecting household devices to ensure you can safely access the internet.
NordVPN makes it effortless to do all of that and more. We connect to NordVPN with one click, change our virtual location easily. This means we never have to worry about missing a race.
Now we're not riding the Tour de France anymore. NordVPN makes sure we can watch it wherever we are. We can also secure our internet connection on public Wi-Fi in airports, hotels, cafes, anywhere we go.
So if you want to try NordVPN for yourself, go to nordvpn.com/what's occurring. And our link will give you an extra 4 months for free on a 2-year plan. It's the best discount available and equivalent to the price of a cup of coffee per month.
Plus, there's no risk with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee.
So that's nordvpn.com/what's occurring. We've also left a link in the podcast description if you need it.
Also, in the cycling world,
G's retired.
G's gone. Well, he's not gone. He's not gone anywhere really, has he?
He's come back.
But his cycling career as a professional has come to an end. I feel like it's a...
Never thought I'd see the day.
I know. It's an end of an era for Welsh cycling, because he has been, I guess, a superstar of Welsh cycling. First ever Welshman to win the Tour de France.
Crazy. I remember watching that tour, and it was incredible. And to see him...
His mic drop.
It literally was. It was incredible. And I think as a Welsh person, watching him have his career and like being so close to home, I think so inspiring. And he's inspired so many of the younger generation to get on a bike and be in Wales. And I remember the crowds after that Tour de France was insane, like in Cardiff.
Yeah.
Like, it was incredible. And were you were at his retirement?
Yeah, so his very last race at the Tour of Britain, stage finished in Cardiff. And I mean, even just to have his career and kind of where it started, have that opportunity to have your last race. Like, not many athletes get to have their last big race
At home.
Yeah. Like never happens. And that was such an emotional day. And I remember the interview he did for SLC straight after the race. Like I've interviewed G at the Tour de France and stuff. And I've really tried to like get emotion out of him, but nothing. Like he was like rock solid.
Yeah.
But it all came out at the end, which was really lovely to see, and just see him reflect on kind of his career coming to an end. And even the party at the castle after, I mean, yeah, and it's really nice to see that he's staying in the sport.
Yeah.
Like, he could have easily just been like, right, see you for a few years. I'm going to enjoy my life. He's like straight back into it, giving back to the sport, all his knowledge that he's built up.
I was quite surprised it was quite soon.
But, I mean, he's straight back into it.
Yeah, straight in.
One thing that I remember, like, I fractured my pelvis at the Tour of Britain it must have been like, was it 2018 or, I can't remember what year it was. And I remember my team manager at the time being like, well, G like got back up and carried on riding the Tour de France with a fractured pelvis, so surely you can. And I was like, hey, I can't even swing my leg over the bike, let alone ride it.
How did he do that?
How did he?
Yeah.
I think he just stayed out on a corner.
And then he fractured his pelvis and then just carried on?
I think so. Yeah.
That's just something.
And I remember, sorry, this is very off topic now,
bring back the memories.
That Tour of Britain where that was the second time I fractured my pelvis, and I remember going to like the race doctor. I was like I've done this before, it really feels similar. And he's like, no, like you haven't, you're fine. And I was like, no, I have. And he's like, no, you haven't. And then like a week later went to get a scan. I was like, look, I have. And then I think he like messaged me on Twitter. He was like, oh, I'm so sorry, because there was like articles coming out of like, because I finished the stage.
You carried on?
I finished the stage because I crashed.
Did it go right?
Really horrible crash. And then I rode like, it happened right at the start. And I rode like maybe 129 kilometers with a fractured pelvis.
Nah.
And it was so sore.
That's
so
actually
sore.
grim.
But yeah,
wow.
Off topic there. But
also his bike for that's unreal. I loved it.
Yeah, I was talking to Joe from Pinarello earlier about maybe getting a little dragon on my Pinarello.
Yeah, I saw it.
I think we should all have one.
Yeah, I saw it for the first time up close at Roulette, and I was like, wow.
It's sick.
Like, just to have those things, like finish in Wales and have a bike.
And his kit that he had for the Tour of Britain.
With all, like,
and then he had merch and he designed it as well.
But I think, like, it just goes to show how big he is for the sport and like how iconic he is, and especially in Wales. And I think, that was really, really special. And it's nice to see, like, obviously he's still continuing in the sport, just in a different avenue, and it'd be interesting how that is.
Yeah, it will be.
Athlete to, but yeah.
A reminder that today's show is hosted by Pinarello, and we're lucky enough to be in the Wilmslow store today. And me and Emma actually both love riding at F-Series bikes, don't we, Emma?
We do.
We went on a ride recently together, didn't we?
The cafe ride was really, really fun, and I've actually ridden a lot more on the road since having my new bike. It makes such a difference.
Do you love it?
Yeah, I absolutely love it. The white on the road against the kit is amazing. It's such a dream to ride. This is your start of you becoming a road rider in the future. No, guys, don't worry about that. But it does make a huge difference having a nice bike and being able to go out. I think, it definitely makes it more enjoyable. It definitely makes you want to go out because you have this such a nice bike underneath you, and I do really enjoy it. Don't just take our word for it. Head to your local Pinarello retailer and check out the whole range for yourself. Search Pinarello Store Locator to find your nearest store. So when G was your age, actually 21, I think. You're 22, aren't you? I am. Nearly 23. He raced the Tour de France for the first time. And then after that, he raced for another 17 years. Do you think you've got another 17 years in you? 17 years. 17 years. Long time. I couldn't even... Because it's hard being a pro cyclist. Like you have to graft. It's savage. And like your body goes through so much. And like when you put it a lot, fair play, I couldn't do it. Even to he's achieved incredible things, but just to stay in the sport, doesn't matter what level. 17 years. That's outrageous. Long time. Yeah, obviously he enjoyed it, and I think for me now, I'm looking. Now you're asking me that question, I'm like, could I? That's such an achievement. How many Olympic cycles is that? Can't do the math. 4, 8, 12, 16. Another 4. Yeah. I reckon you've got another 4 in you. Another 4? Yeah. No. You've won down already, so it's fine. That's... Yeah. And it's... Do you know what? When you put it like that, obviously my career is every 4 years. Yeah. Unfortunately, I wish it was every year. But, that's... When those stats are crazy, and I think it's so inspiring to... Yeah, he's had such a durable career, and it's been insane. Yeah. But 17... I don't think... Well, it's time for his...
He wants to do a marathon and an Ironman as well, doesn't he?
So. Marathon Wales, Ironman Wales with you.
Yeah. I mean, I think he'll drop me.
He's stopped running.
Yeah.
That's crazy. 17 years. Wow.
Fair
Incredible.
play.
Yeah.
Well, that's been our little year in review. It's been quite nice to reflect on everything, hasn't it? It has been a big year.
It has been a big year. And I feel like we started this podcast at the start of the year, but we didn't.
No, we didn't. It was only 6 months ago.
Wild. Lots happened in 6 months.
A lot has happened.
But no, it's been really cool. It's been really cool to have those catch-ups and watch the racing together and review it together and go through the little highlights and low parts together. Yeah. And I think that's what I love about it. I love coming back and catching up and starting every pod being sure and then have a little catch up. Yeah. I think, it's special and I've loved it.
Yeah, and it's so nice to be out and about and then people come up to you and be like, oh, I love the pod. Get real and things and yeah, that's really nice. So thank you to everybody who's come along on this journey with us. Thank you for listening. We'd also want to say a massive thank you to all of our sponsors, Rouvy and Pinarello, for making this podcast happen as well and coming on the journey. And
it's been so special having them on board. I think dream sponsors, to be honest.
Literally,
I've never thought I'd be sitting in a room full of Pinarellos. Very, very cool. But thank you. And let us know your favourite highlights of the podcast and what's been your favourite episode or who you've enjoyed listening to the most.
And maybe who or what do you want us to speak about next year?
Yeah, give us some ideas. Yeah. But other than that, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
And
see you next year. Bye.
Bye.